Now, there's an illustration I want to put in before I go on to the next point, people. Have you ever taken notice of how lions or cheetahs hunt? Because of the food chain, let's use lions. Cheetahs sometimes get bullied by hackers, so let's use the lion. The lion thinks big and constantly adapts to situations. That makes it the king of the jungle. The lion thinks that I can defeat that elephant, even though it's multiple times bigger than me. But the lion isn't stupid. The lion would attack at places where the elephant or the other animal that's bigger than it would overcome it. So it realized that they would attack from the back, they would attack in packs, um, and they would constantly adjust their approach. So they just don't press on the scene and go shout, hey, run and scare everyone off. No, they don't do that. But Christine said, you don't go out there shouting, hey, I'm going to be the MD next year, I'm going to be the MD next year, without putting down plans or working toward it. Just like the lion, he takes calculated steps until the time is right and he pounces. Even while now they're chasing that animal, the animal could make sense and it is ready to teach, just like we're living in a rapidly changing world. We should be ready to adjust ourselves based on how the world ends. And we will be able to adjust if we have a focus on our careers and taking knowledge of what is happening now and the possible trends that would happen in the future. But again, there's a trap to it. If we focus too much on the change that would happen in the future, we might miss the current situation, where we are currently. And allow me to share this example. When I started my career in L&D, I'm very heavily leaning towards technology and doing things efficiently and using that and stuff. So I thought, hey, I will be able to change the entire L&D department in our company. See, we have to bring in e-learning, and almost everyone is using a smartphone, so this would help us to cut down the classroom times. Efficient. It wasn't so long before I realized that no, I was very, very wrong. In as much as it's a good idea, and in as much as it's true that this will be the future of training, we weren't just ready yet. Because we are living in an industry where we have workers working in the pit, where there is no good network. We have people using the dump trucks. Yes, it's a laudable idea for us to take the training entirely to online and e-learning stuff, but we weren't just ready. Should I do that? Should I ditch that big idea? No. But should I implement it immediately? Still no. I had to live in the current moment to make tiny changes and adjustments to improve upon what we currently had, and hoping and knowing that technology will still improve, where people will be normal, or will find it normal to learn on their phones. We have the younger generation coming up who are very much tech savvy, and they, when they graduate to the working class, they would be able to take on this now. So I almost made a mistake of losing sight of caring and started living in the future. And that is also wrong because I couldn't achieve the future if I don't put in the effort now. Be realistic. So just like I used the illustration with the lion, we have to focus on the end game. We have to live currently, know how we take the steps for that end game. And the third point I want to bring on, okay, got a few moments. The third part I want to bring is people. We are not islands to achieve our big dreams and be relevant in this changing world. We need humans. Yes, we get there are stuff happening now that is automating everything, so it's eliminating humans, but it is not going to eliminate humans entirely. It would never happen. If we're to stay relevant and become big, we should learn to open up our arms and teach others. We should extend a helping hand to those who haven't gotten to where we are yet. And this might sound so presumptuous that, hey, we're aiming to be the director of this whole company, and I'm just an officer, I'm just a DB. How can I help someone? Fact is that there is always someone behind you, someone who hasn't got it to your stage yet. And so the moment you try to extend a helping hand, you become relevant to that person. It forces you to keep learning so that you can feed others the information that would help them rise up. And you will be noticed by those above. When you are seen as a generous person with such information and help, you become likable and people would be willing to help. So let us keep in mind, we shouldn't get to the topmost stage before we help. And it's the people example what we have on this platform, where we have head of departments, we have superintendents, we have directors of companies on this platform. We have even a vice president of a whole mining company on this platform. Think of it. They lose nothing if they don't help, but they are extending that help. And we need to start learning that now. If we're already working, we just started working, or we are in the national service, we are national service personnel, we can reach out and help those in their final years. If in your final year, you can help those in level 100. Even if you're in level 100, you can help those in the secondary schools. When we put all this together, we focus on our careers and we join good groups that would push us toward our aim and dreams of being big, and pick good mentors. We focus on technology and how it changes stuff and how changing technology is relevant toward our profession. And if we help people, we will be able to think act toward achieving such big aims, even though the world is rapidly changing. So this is my take on it. I think I've exhausted my time out here to hand over to Wilfred then.
Thank you very much, Seth. And one thing that ran through your presentation, similar to what Christine also said, was about us writing our dreams, writing our thoughts. And it reminds me of what is written in Habakkuk chapter 2, verse 2, that and the Lord said, write the vision and make it plain upon tablets, that he may run that readeth it. The whole idea is that once you are able to write out your vision, it always gives you a foresight of where you are really heading towards. And you keep tweaking it, you keep tweaking it, you keep tweaking it till you hit the dream. But there again, the challenge for most people is that yes, I will write it out there, but where are the resources for me to actually scale through or make this happen? You get it? So now the difference between those who are able to achieve their dreams and then those who are unable to achieve their dream is about the effort and then the zeal, making sure that yes, I'm writing it out there, and I will make sure that whatever it takes, I will be constantly reminded of where I want to be and then make it happen. And I'm very excited that the two of you captured this so clearly. So to sum up Seth's presentation, you said once we are able to get on the drive and then get a career, we should constantly learn. And I love the part where you mentioned that once you get a degree, I was told that even if you, for any subject, that you earn a certificate after minimum 3 or 6 months, if you haven't done anything, then that certificate is stale. You have to go back and improve on your knowledge. So constantly learning, paying attention to your association. You want to be, in Christine's example, the CEO of MTN. Yes, but what association are you keeping? And that association that you are keeping, are they actually putting you on course towards achieving that particular dream? You want to be a CEO, you don't have a mentor. How are you going to achieve that? And you also want to be a CEO, but you don't love people. The people who would push you up there to achieve your goals, you are not a people's person, then really it becomes impossible for you to achieve the dream that you have set for yourself. So thank you very much, Seth. And Christine, I would come back to you. I would come back to you. In your presentation, you mentioned that we should not be ignorant of the laws governing life. I've been thinking, can you explain or go a bit further? What are the laws governing life and how are